Hello everybody and welcome back to Tom's Trains and Things. Today we're going to talk a little bit about styrene and acrylic used for streets and sidewalks. Here's a little example of each. The acrylic that I use is 93 thousandths, and it's a scale 6 inches approximately for HO scale, so it works out pretty good. And the acrylic or the styrene, I use 40 thousandths for the streets, and what I do is I cut them a little bit narrower. I get the acrylic at Home Depot. There's the thing right there. It's 11 by 14. I get various sizes for whatever scene that I'm doing.
Here's a view of the block. I'm going to be pulling this out in a second just to show you what it looks like. It's removable. I make all my city streets like this. As you can see, I can just pull it right off of the layout.
And what I do is I take styrene strips on the bottom for spacers to keep it at the same height. On here I don't put a ridge in the street. I just leave it flat. I don't get into that much detail on it. There's other places where I do put a little ridge in there, but when I do that I use a 10,000 styrene so it bends real easy, and I put a little strip of styrene, a real thin strip of styrene down the middle to give it the ridge in the center of the street. Here's a section that I did. Here's the bottom part of it. Okay, and you can see I hit it with primer, gray primer, and I put it on one side only, the side that I'm going to use. And I do little scenes for the city. And this makes it easy to take it off and do some more detail to whatever you have on there. And as you can see, I put some detail in the back of it also. You know, even though there's a lot of modelers that don't do anything to the back, but I like to do it because I may move this at one time, and then I have it finished. So here's my little scene for the city street. And every once in a while I'll take it off and I'll tweak it a little bit. I'll put a little bit more detail on it, or if my people fall off or break off, there's a couple of pieces that I have to put on there. I have a couple of people on there, and I have a roof vent that fell off, so I have to reattach that one. All these models right here that I have them on on styrene. You can see the cracks where they are because I don't have them permanently down. I just have them here temporarily for right now until I attach them. And what I do is I put the tape underneath it at the joints to keep all the joints down. And I'll pull one of these up here. You see, and there it is. And that way, if you need to move it out of the way to do some maintenance or anything, you have it where you can move it easily. I'll just set that right there on the tracks like that, and you can see it like that. You'll notice that I have a lot of Bar Mills models here. I'm not getting paid by them, but I like their models, and also for Foscale models. I think they're really good. They have a lot of detail in them. Okay, on the base of the models, I use a 60 thousandth styrene. Okay, and as you can see here, I have Ghibli furniture here. And this way, if you have to do any little tweaking or adding a little bit more detail or doing some touch-up, you could just pull it right off and put it on, take it up to your workbench, and you could do the work that you need on it. In here I have a little guy working inside there. I need to add a little bit more detail when I get some figures painted. I have one guy in there now on a little workbench, but I could take the roof off, and I have the piping for the exhaust, the dust catchers, but I could take the roof off, and as you can see, I have a little bit of detail in there. I have to put a little bit more in there. I'll build my models, and then I'll put them on the layout, and I'll pull them off every once in a while and add a little bit more detail. You know, as I find things, I got a lot of water towers that I need to put up there, and roof access that looks good because you're always looking down at the top. Here's another half I have that I could pull up.
I have a lot more detailed work to do on this half here. I got to put some more people on here, and a little bit of garbage, and barrels, and as you can see, I have a lot more work to do on the roof. I have a lot more details to put up there.
This entire street right here is on sheets of styrene. I have them between two tracks, and it fit just right. I cut the styrene just to make it fit in between the tracks. It's a little bit narrower than scale for the streets, but to get the effect of having a street there, sometimes that's the way you have to do it. These are just set down here in place for right now, and then I have to go back and tape them down with the tape in between the joints, and then do a little bit more tweaking, do a little bit more scenery around it so you can't see the edges of it. These buildings right here are Walthers, and it comes on a sidewalk. But what I did was I took a piece of styrene about the same thickness, and added some more buildings to the street. I got some old DPM buildings there, and I modified them to fit into the area.
Here I have the city block on the workbench. You could get a close-up view of it, and you can see that they're old DPM models. Some of them I put together, maybe 20 years ago or more. I bought them when they were like $5 or $6 a piece. Now they're a little bit more, and this one right over here, the Tom's Machine Works, is I think an old Atlas kit that I kit bashed. I turned it around on its side and put a loading dock over there, so actually the side would be the front of it. Debbie's Thrift Shop is transitioning from Grants, and Skip's Chicken and Ribs is from Woodland Scenics Dry Transfers. I just made a new sign for up on the top. I put some people up on the second floor, a guy talking to his wife with a little baby. And I do that every once in a while, put people in there. As you can see on the roof, I need a little bit more detail. I got the sign up there. I made that. I got that from the Yellow Pages. It was just an ad in the Yellow Pages I took out, and I put it on some basswood and attached it to the top. I have view blocks in the upper floors so you can't see through the windows from front to back, but on the lower floors I have them so you could see through it through the back. Here's the side and the back of the buildings. I detail them too, not as much, but I just keep it simple, just in case I want to use the building someplace else at a later time. I add floors to the insides, and sometimes I'll leave a door open so you could peek in and see what's inside of there. Sometimes I put details in there, sometimes I don't. I glue the roofs on lightly so I could take them off in case I want to put some details on the inside that you could see through the windows. I picked up a little laser cut kit from Bar Mills Models Twin Roof Entry that I'm going to put up on the roofs. You could say this is a sneak peek for my next episode of At the Workbench. I'll be showing you how I do that, and a couple other things on the city block that I removed.
Well, that's it for today. Like Debbie told me, I should say at the end of this, gotta run. Don't forget to subscribe and watch my other videos at Tom's Trains and Things. And thanks for watching. We'll see you.